Mic check, mic check. Am I audible? Welcome to another episode of the Bitcoin Developers YouTube channel. I am your host, Connor Okus. I hope you're having a good day today. In this episode, we're going to start our journey of building a Bitcoin wallet from scratch, a Bitcoin and Lightning enabled wallet from scratch on or using React Native. So it'll be cross-platform, so the application will be able to be run on both Android and iOS. So for you JavaScript wizards out there, we're gonna get into that. We have a workshop that's been created by the Let There Be Lightning team. Let's go over to their website real quick just to learn a bit more about them. So the Let There Be Lightning team is pioneering sound money solutions, intuitive tools and services for Bitcoin adoption and innovation. We'll just read their little blurb here. We are on the quest to make rapid Bitcoin application development a reality. Unique in our approach, we provide a seamless integration of development tools and infrastructure services within our SDKs. So they do a whole host of things here. They've got SDKs, development toolkits in Flutter, in React Native, in Kotlin, in Swift, all of that good stuff. And then they help host a whole range of different services and infrastructure that make it easy for you to build really robust and good UX throughout your application, predominantly aimed at those wanting to build self-custodial applications as well. So down here we've got a bit about what they've been working on over the years, LDK Node, BDK, Patreon and more. We will go into the details of what all of this means. But in this video, we're just going to get the project set up, make sure we've got all of the dependencies in place for us to be able to run the application. So let's scroll down a little bit here and read a bit about what we're going to be doing. So the LDK Node React Native workshop. This is a workshop to learn about how to build a Lightning Network wallet app using the Lightning Development Kit. I did do a video on a Lightning Development Kit a few videos ago, so if you haven't watched that, please go back and watch that, Lightning Like You Mean It, to get up to speed with what LDK is all about. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. We also have the ability to receive tips now as well, so you can scan the QR code you see on the screen here, and all donations and tips will be circled back into the open source development community as well. So we're going to build this wallet app using the Lightning Development Kit, LDK, in React Native, and we're going to make use of LDK Node, which is a kind of how do you describe LDK Node? A kind of pre-packaged version of LDK, which comes with a number of kind of sensible defaults, kind of out of the box recipe for those wanting to build mobile solutions. It's kind of ready to go and has a lot more of a streamlined user experience, or developer experience, I should say. So this workshop is targeted at software developers, mobile developers, and especially Flutter developers. So I think that's supposed to be React Native. Actually, there is a mirror copy of this workshop for Flutter developers as well, which we can go through at a later time. So developers will benefit the most from this workshop, but anyone with basic understanding of programming and the willingness to learn can participate. Although mobile and especially React Native developers will benefit the most from this workshop, experience with mobile development is not required. Also, knowledge about Bitcoin and Lightning Network itself is helpful but not required. We think the workshop can be fun and a great learning experience for both developers that want to learn about Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, as well as Bitcoin and Lightning developers that want to learn about mobile development. Cool. So what's the goal here? The main goal of this workshop is to introduce you to the Lightning Development Kit, LDK, and the LDK Node package, and get you familiar with its capabilities and APIs and the basic concepts of building a Lightning Network wallet. Cool. So let's have a look at the prerequisites, because you will need this to get up and running with the project. So there are a number of different software tools that you'll need to install. You'll need Git, so you can follow the instructions on GitHub or Git SCM, and download Git for your architecture. I'm going to be doing this workshop on a Mac OS machine. So you need Git, you'll need the React Native. Some of the React Native dependencies you'll need are Node.js. So you can find Node.js over here. And yeah, you can download Node.js in a number of ways. You can just download the binary for your architecture here, or you could install it via Homebrew as well. You're going to need Watchman, which is going to be your development server. So when you make changes in your code, they show up in the simulator that's going to be running on the device, on your laptop, but on the mobile simulation on your machine, whether that be on Android or iOS. You can use Homebrew to install some of the dependencies as well. Homebrew tends to be quite good, especially if you're on a Mac. You can install the React Native CLI as well, and instructions on how to do that can be found on the React Native website. Got pretty good docs on how to set up your environment here. So it automatically detects that I'm on Mac OS and going to be building for iOS. So there are some instructions on how to use Brew and how to install Watchman and set up Xcode to be able to run mobile phone simulations. You'll also need Cocoa Pods as well. Well, you might, if you decide to go the Android route, you won't need, but we're going to be building an iOS predominantly for this workshop. So you do need Cocoa Pods, which is a kind of dependency management for iOS. And that's pretty much it, I think. And then obviously you'll need an IDE, not obviously, but you need an IDE or a code editor to follow along with the code samples. So basically what you want to do is you'll want to either fork. I do have I'm in my fork now, so let me go to the actual upstream project. But you can either fork the project or you can clone the project directly here. I decided to fork it just in case I wanted to make some changes and push them upstream. But yeah, you can go ahead and clone the repo here. So I'm going to open a terminal as well. Make this a bit bigger for you guys. You can paste in the command here, but I actually already have using the GitHub CLI, or you can do it via SSH, but I already have the project installed already. So it's under projects, and I'm going to cd into LDK Node RN workshop, and then I'll just open that in VS Code. Cool. So this is what the application looks like. Exactly what you see on GitHub. I've just pulled it to my machine locally. We can have a look at like some of the dependencies. So we've got LDK Node, which has been pulled in directly from the LTB team's GitHub organization, but you can also install it via npm or yarn. And yeah, we currently just have a skeleton project here, and then we're going to be required to fill in a number of different functions and methods in order to get the functionality we want. But yeah, we've just got some basic, some basic components that are, we do have TypeScript installed as well. We've got some basic components. We've got some hooks, such as this use wallet hook. And here is going to be where a lot of our activity is going to be happening. And so we've got some functions that we're going to work towards in each video to unlock some different functionality. But we want to actually just run the project to make sure we can actually get the project to build on a simulator. And to do that for iOS, you just call npm run iOS. And that's going to let me make this slightly bigger. That's going to open the this development server. So it's starting the dev server on port 8081, and it is also so that means it hot reloading is enabled. So now, and it will also pop up the phone simulator. In this case, it's using the iPhone 16 Pro and iOS 18.3, and what it's doing now is just downloading and compiling all of our dependencies and building the application onto the simulator. So hopefully it shouldn't take too long, because I have built it on the simulator before. If it's the first time for you, then it will take considerably longer, so just be patient with the build. But the result you should see should pop up any second now. Let's just we can monitor it on this other tab here. As you can see, it says building app, so it will take maybe another minute or two. It will take considerably longer for you if it's the first time building. So let's just let it do its thing. We can pop back over to the workshop documentation just to have a little look at what else we have coming up. So if we click on the instructions, markdown file, and we scroll down a little bit here. So as you can see here, it's just showing the LDK Node dependency that is going to be heavily relied on throughout this workshop. And then some instructions on how to run the app there. And then, basically going into code. It does have the solutions available for us as well. If we get stuck at any point, we can kind of go into there and have a look at what the solutions are. But we're going to try and do it without the solutions first. But you can always refer to those after. And then let's see how we're getting on with our build. So we're still building. Sometimes it does take a little while to get going. Let me do this. But you can see the development service still running. So while that's happening, let's go back over here. So like the first thing we're going to be doing in video 1 is actually setting up the Lightning node. And we'll read here. So the Lightning node is the backbone of this app. The build node function initializes the node using a mnemonic for key generation. If you don't know what a mnemonic is, it's a 12-word, the 12-word seed phrase that you might see generated from a Bitcoin wallet for the purposes of being able to back up and recover your funds in the event that you lose the device that generated that mnemonic, and you don't and you're unable to access the funds on that device. You can enter that. You can use a different piece of software to recover your funds using that 12 words. And then it sets up the Explorer server. Explorer is a way to get blockchain data and be notified when certain things happen on chain. So when you open a Lightning channel, when you close a Lightning channel, that kind of thing. The rapid gossip sync is a way for us to get a view of the Lightning network in a more compressed and quicker way, so that we can create routes and make payments essentially. Usually this is done on a peer-to-peer basis, so it can be quite slow. And then we've got JIT channels, or just-in-time channels, so the ability to open a channel on the fly when you're receiving some Bitcoin, and help solve the kind of inbound liquidity problem there. So a new mnemonic is generated by user. We have our Explorer server endpoint here. We're using Mutinynet. We've got rapid gossip sync as well, and then we've got these just-in-time JIT channels that we're gonna get going as well. So there we have it. This is what you should see on the screen when you have successfully built the project. Here is the mnemonic. You don't need to make a note of the mnemonic, because it is hard coded, so you don't need to make a note of it, anything that, and we're not going to be using real money. We're going to be on a simulation network or a signet. So we won't be risking losing funds or anything like that. So if you don't see this kind of home screen or initial screen appear once you build, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I can help you debug any issues you might have. But yeah, thank you for listening. We'll go on to the next one. Is going to be, setting up the Lightning node, and by the end of it, we'll have a fully functioning Bitcoin and Lightning enabled wallet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to scan the QR code and leave a tip, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.